Welcome to today's showcase with SegenSolar. Very happy to welcome you all today. Thanks for taking the time. We're just going to give it a few more seconds for everybody to be able to connect. Jacolien is also already with us. In a few moments, her colleague Michael will also join. And I see the number of listeners increase. So welcome, everybody. And actually, as everybody is connecting, I would already like to make a little introduction about today's event. So as I said a few moments ago, we're welcoming Jacolien Richards, today's sales manager at SegenSolar, company based in South Africa. And Jacolien will show you how to save money and save time while planning for your residential and CNI projects, thanks to a very cool tool of SegenSolar, which they call the Portal, but she will tell you all about this. Before we get started, I just want to remind you two housekeeping details. Yes, of course, the presentation will be shared with you and the recording as well. So no need to ask this. I know this is a very popular question on the chat and the Q&A section, but yes, of course, we will share everything with you. And then two little things. Many of you are used to Zoom webinars, but just a quick reminder, there are several buttons at the bottom of your screen. The chat button is really to say hi to all other listeners and to interact with them. But if you have a question to our speakers today, please use the Q&A section. That way we are sure that if we don't get a chance to address your question during the presentation, it will be recorded and we will share them with Jacolien and Michael later on. Quick words before I hand over to Michael and Jacolien. Quick word about Avsia, for those of you who might be joining us for the first time. We are a company focusing on supporting solar companies all over Africa, and we organize webinars like today, and we have our information platforms, as you probably know, but we also provide a whole suite of additional services to our members. We have some great market intelligence databases for tenders, for projects, for companies. We do a lot of B2B matchmaking. You need something, we probably know the company that has this to bring to you, or you have something to offer, we probably know companies that might be interested in your services. Of course, we do some events, and we can also promote yours. We do several interviews and other services such as the job portal. So a whole diversified set of services. And we're very, very lucky that we have a growing number of companies join us, and maybe your company will also join us in the future. But that's enough for me. I want to hand over to Michael and Jacolien, because this is why you registered today. I'm going to do a quick introduction of both our speakers today. Michael is the sales and office manager for the SADC region at SegenSolar, based in South Africa. He almost has like 10 years experience in the solar industry. And for those of you based in Kenya, he used to work with the company Solar there. Extensive experience in the sales, the finance aspects of companies. And now with SegenSolar, he's in charge of the direct management and development of the Cape Town office, as well as engaging into market research. As for Jacolien, Jacolien is also based in South Africa. She's the sales manager there and the SegenSolar Portal guru. She has a 27 years experience both in the FMCG business and the renewable energy industry. Previously, you can see she worked at the Consumer Goods Councils of South Africa, Kellogg Company, Amalgamated Beverage Industry, to cite a few. And so she's really used to managing diverse customer bases, and she has a very important task at Segen, because she's in charge of almost 70%, a little bit higher than 70% of SegenSolar revenue. So we're very happy to have you both. This is enough for me now. I'm gonna hand over to Michael, who's gonna tell you a little bit more background about SegenSolar, and then we'll switch over to Jacolien for really like a deep dive into SegenSolar Portal. Michael, over to you.
Thank you, John. And thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. It should be an exciting one. I'll just share my screen with you quickly. Thanks again, John, and welcome again to everyone. Firstly, SegenSolar, I just want a brief touch on what we're about as a company. Who we are, we're a one-stop shop for all things PV and solar, with thousands and thousands of products for you, our customers, to choose from, with dedicated customer support and an impressive distribution network around Africa. What that means is we're efficient and agile, fast to market changes, and what that means is that what is something that you find yourselves in today, what Jacolien will take you through, is our design tools. It is bulletproof, and hold on tight. It should be fun, reliable, 24/7 access to stock. If you have internet, you have access to our stock holding. And what's even greater is our 30-day price guarantee lock-in, something that Jacolien will take on further. And knowledgeable. We have a technical helpline. We are industry leaders, both Northern and Southern Hemisphere, and we also offer weekly training for all of our customers. Overview, as the company grew from strength to strength over the years, saw us enter the African market in 2015, opening up our first office in Johannesburg, and subsequently has grown around Europe. What that looks like as an overview, almost 250 staff members working around the clock to find the best solutions for you, our customers. What areas do we service? We service the residential market for homeowners and a mid-level price point, usually grid tie or requiring storage. Our commercial team, who looks after your bigger EPCs, large commercial and industrial installations, where we have dedicated account managers working with your project timelines in order to meet those project milestones. And then SADC, where we obviously supply into both SADC, East Africa and West Africa, with a core focus on Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Zambia for now, as we grow into these different regions and find new resellers, and offering off-grid residential, CNR, and utility scale solutions around Africa. Our kit builder, these are one of the tools that Jacolien will take you through. This is where Segen is unmatched and unrivaled in the rest of the world. Custom built, tailor-made PV free system for our customers. What that means is a price guaranteed lock-in for 30 days. It's simple, it's a one-click solution, and it's complete and electrically matched perfectly. So you won't have any issues on site. And one thing that we have is because of this portal, it's less reliant on technical interventions. So click, 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 and you have your answer. And that's something that Jacolien will take you through shortly. And that's it from me. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much, Michael. I think for those listeners, and I saw that there's listeners from literally like all over Africa joining us today. And that was a very, very quick and clear introduction about what SegenSolar is. And now I'll hand over to Jacolien. Jacolien, I'm gonna give you, yes, there you go. You can start sharing your screen, Jacolien, and walk us through the SegenSolar Portal.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you, Michael, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacolien, like we've said previously, and I will be taking you through the portal. I just quickly want to tell everyone that the portal is available and it's a free tool for any customer that has registered with us. It is not a portal that you would be able to access if you have not registered with us before. So anyone that's currently listening and that would like to make use of the portal, it's quite easy to register with us. You can just go to the SegenSolar website. On the far right-hand side, you'll see a Contact Us tab, and there you can fill in your details on the installer, and our new business team will reach out to you and give you access to the portal. You will have a unique username and password to access the portal, and then once you have set all that up, everything will be quite easy, and you will launch into our portal, which we regard, and all our installers that currently buy from us, over 3,000 in South Africa, regard it as an extension of their business. And I'm sure you will see, as I go through the presentation, you will see how this will become Not just a place where you'd be able to view products, but truly an extension of your business. So areas that I will be covering, I will be going through our product pages and different ways of viewing our products, how you are able to place orders and create quotes, our news that we often publish. We've got very useful documents that I'm just going to quickly show you what it is about. You can peruse that at your own time. Case studies, how to register for free webinars that we offer to all our registered customers as well. An area where you can manage your own account. And then the most exciting part about the portal that everyone is talking about is our kit builder. So just a quick introduction. This is what the landing page would look like when you log onto the portal. Everywhere that you would see a little hand as you hover over different areas will take you through to another part of the portal. So that means please click through, have a look, there's more information on there. So we often have very, very insightful articles written, technical pieces written about products and combinations of products, application notes. That is very, very useful. So everywhere where you see the hand as you hover over items on the landing page, please click through and read more. At the bottom, you will see these are previous news articles that we have published that you can just click through and have a look at as well. Just a quick and easy way to access our news articles. At the bottom, very, very important for everyone to know, this is where you are able to contact your contact person at SegenSolar. So every registered customer, whether you have been buying from us for years or whether you are a brand new customer, everyone has got an account manager allocated to them, has got an order processor allocating to them, and a technical resource also allocated to them. So I know often it's not possible to immediately phone someone if you have a question, or you might phone and the phone might be engaged and you're very busy. For your convenience, you can just click on the contact form, send a short message that gives an instant message through to your account manager and your order processor to contact you, and it gets logged, so they will be able to know exactly what your inquiry relates to, and they will be able to get back to you through the contact forms. Right, so the first part of the portal is under the product. So there's different ways of viewing products. So the first area that I'm going to click on is all photovoltaic. That basically covers everything that we do. The page is almost divided into 4 quadrants. So at the top, you will see all the different categories that we supply. At the bottom, you will see all the different brands that we supply, and it is listed alphabetically. There's different ways of viewing it as well. So on the left-hand side, it just gives you all the different categories listed. And then it also gives you all the different brands listed down here. It will take you through to the same page. It just depends on your preference in terms of how you would like to view products. Very important on this page for everyone to remember is we often have products that's on run out or clearance that would be at a significantly reduced price, that you can click on and have a look at on the clearance product. And also if we have products that we've discontinued, that will be, and they are normally up there for 50% discount. So if you're looking for a really good deal, don't miss out on these 2 features of the portal. Like I said, at the bottom, it lists all our suppliers alphabetically. So I'm just going, for the sake of the purposes, going to click into Kodak. At the top, you will see all the different kits that we have put together, and I will discuss that a little bit more in detail when we get to the kit builder section. But these are all the different kits that you get under the Kodak brand. So important to remember about the kits, it always revolves around the inverter. So that's why it will be listed under Kodak, all the Kodak kits that we have. At the bottom, you will see we list every product under the Kodak brand that we have got. So there's different ways of viewing the products on the portal. You can sort it based on your preference. So you can sort it according to price. You can sort it alphabetically. You can sort it according to what we have in stock. So there's different ways of viewing it. It will just sort the page differently for you. If you are not a picture person, you can view the same information by clicking on that tab that's got the little lines down there, and it will list it for you as well. Again, it's exactly the same information. It is just being displayed differently. So I will just, for the sake of the purposes for today's training, let me click on the first inverter. So that is the kind of off-grid inverter 1.5 24 volt. So on the right-hand side, you will see the price. It will also give you the exact stock that we have. And what's very important to remember about the stock is it is live. In other words, we might have more than 40 in the warehouse, but some customers have ordered, and then we automatically, as you confirm your order, we allocate the stock to your order. So this is live stock. This is available. It's not that it's been allocated to orders and it's going to be out of stock by the time you want to order. So if you see the stock here and you place your order, the stock will be allocated to your order. Please always remember, a quote will guarantee the price for you for 30 days, but it does not hold stock for you. The only way that we will allocate stock to you is once we have confirmed an order. Quotes are valid for 30 days. If the quote is larger than R1 million, or it's a bespoke order, in other words, it's something that we still need to order for you that we don't normally would keep stock of, then we cannot guarantee the price. We have to go back and see, can we source that amount of products at what price? But your account manager will be in contact with you. So anything under R1 million and anything that's not bespoke, the price is valid for 30 days. Here's different areas for you to see how you are able to order this product. I will get back to that now. At the bottom here, if we do offer the product in a bulk pack, it will be listed down here, and you can see that there is quite a nice price saving on there. On the left-hand side is the product, and what's quite nice is the image of the product. What's quite nice, you can also download this for your own marketing purposes. We're quite happy to share that with our information. All you need to do is you need to right-click on the image, and then you can either save the image or you can copy the link from the portal here in the middle. It gives you technical specifications with regards to the product. If it is included in a kit, it will tell you that on the product page as well. And here at the bottom, it gives you more technical information or specifications around the product, which is very useful to know. Very important to also remember is to click through on all the different tabs that you see. So on here, it will, on the other parts tab, it will show you alternative products or alternative quantities that we have. So that will indicate here, yes, we have bulk packs available. It says it there as well, but it just reiterates it down here. It will also list parts that's not required for this specific product, and then it will also suggest possible alternatives if you also want to look at an alternative product. So because this is a 24 volt inverter, it also says you might want to look at the 3 kilowatt 24 volt codec that we have. Every single product on the portal has got the same layout in terms of the product page. So this is how you would navigate through it to see all the different information. So if you want to place an order on this product, you can either say add to basket, you can either say add to quote, or you can say buy now. All of them will take you through to the right place. So once I've taken you through the other tabs, I will quickly run through and show you exactly how you would go about placing an order for just a single item. Always remember when you use the kit builder, and we always suggest that customers look at that, you do get a 3% net saving of your whole order. So try and not buy bits and pieces. Try and get the full system from us for maximum price advantages. Under the product page, there's different ways also, like I said, to view the product. So if you only want to look at panels, you can click on a panel, or only on mounting, only on storage, then it will just display differently. So say, for instance, we only want to look at batteries. It lists all the different kinds of batteries that we have here. Again, you can sort it according to your preference. If you want to look at inverters, same thing. So there it lists all the inverters. If you go to panels, you'll see that there is quite a lot of panels that we have on order. So if you want to see everything on one page and you don't want to click through to different pages, you can go to the right hand side and you can click on all, and then it will display everything for you that we have on that. So to go back to the main page or the PV product page, you can either just hover back over products and click on all photovoltaic, or you can just click on this hover over photovoltaic here, and it will take you back to the original page that we have that displays all the products that we have. Often we get asked by customers if they can have a price list. Now, because our prices are live, we don't print or publish a specific price list in PDF format that we send to customers. These prices change quite frequently, very important to remember. So if you see a price on the portal that you like, please create a quote. You can have as many quotes as you want. There is no limit to the amount of quotes that you can generate. But if you see a price that you like today, please do not make the mistake of quoting your customer based on what you've seen. Create a quote and then quote your customer, because the price might change overnight. There might have been a fluctuation in exchange rate, or for whatever the reason, the price might have changed. If you haven't created a quote, then that price, we will only be able to assist you based on the price that was quoted. Right, so a way for you to download a price list. So if you also have a CRM system where you would like to input your information, it's quite easy to download our prices. You just go down to export Excel price list, and that will take every single product that we have and it will export it onto an Excel price list. And this is basically what it will look like. So you can then use it in your own CRM system, whichever way you then would want to use that information. You can also download a printable product catalog. This will show you everything that we have. So you can again choose the different, if you want to look at all categories, all subcategories, all manufacturers, and you want to see the net price, then you can say generate, and it will create a printable catalog for you that looks like this. So that is in terms of looking at the different products. So there are different ways of looking at it. Like I showed you, you can also choose whether you only want to look at commercial products, whether you only want to look at clearance products, discontinued products, and then you can also then export those two documents from here. I'm going to come back to the place order section at the end, because that is the most exciting part about the portal. So I'm just quickly going to run through the other tabs for you. Under the news tab, this is where we would publish all our news articles, and we do publish it once a week, and it's very, very insightful. We draw on knowledge and input from our suppliers and from people that we work with, our colleagues overseas, and we put together really, really insightful news articles that you can access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can go in and you can read the news articles on all the different products and solutions that we do offer. Again, you can sort the news articles because it will be saved here for you. And you can also view it differently. So if you want to look at it in block format, you can select to view it in list format as well. So that's the news articles. Under our documents, we have published quite a few. So if I go, and this part is quite important, and there's so much information in here, so do take your time, read through it. It is really, really helpful. So under the Segen guides, if you go onto the account documents, here you would be able to download our terms of supply, a trade application form, and this is of particular importance to you. The outside is a trade application form. So as much as anyone can access the portal and look at our products and create quotes, you will only be able to place an order once we have completed a trade application form. It is not a credit application, it's just to open up your account as a trading account with us and to have it set up that way. It shows you also our collection services that we have. We also have buying guides. And this is quite useful. So it shows you a little bit of information on our kit builder. If you are not 100% sure which codec to use, this is a very, very useful document to just open up and read through. There's lots of information in there. And again, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to the account manager or to the technical resource that has been allocated to you that will be displayed on the front page of the portal. Here's a very nice commercial guide that's been put together, and this has been put together by talking to a lot of EPCs that's been in the business for quite some time, areas you need to look out for, useful hints in terms of what to use and what to think of when you do plan your commercial project. We've got a storage guide. So there's so many different guides on here that you can go through and that you can have a look at. So do take your time and read through it. It is very, very useful. We then have the how-to guides. Again, it shows you how to use the kit builder. We also have a quick quote function. It shows you when you do have a product that you want to return, what the process is. And again, before you place your order, your account manager and please discuss the order with your account manager. You will also be discussing it with your order processor. Please make 100% sure that it is the correct product that you have ordered. There is a restocking fee that we charge to try and avoid that penalty. Please always make 100% sure that the product you've ordered is the product that you need. Here it shows you how to make payments. All of this I will take you through, but if you need reference afterwards, all these documents is available for you on the portal. Again, how to find products and prices on the portal, how to order and design a system, and then at the bottom, if you want to collect, what is our procedure in terms of collection. Under the technical guides, very useful also. This is quite technical. So this is very, very helpful to read through. It gives you some application notes and some technical guides that you can go through. So it shows you all the different technical information that we've put together. For instance, a bulletproof design with lithium-ion batteries, the combination of pylon tech and codec, or pylon tech and GoodWe, all the different combinations that becomes quite technical after a while. So it's very useful to just go through that, and it actually spells it out quite nicely for you. We then have the technical buying guides. Again, very useful information for you to just go through. Sorry, my system is just uploading. So here it just explains to you our Segen assured process. So we do offer a Segen assured process with lithium-ion batteries. We make sure that the batteries and the inverters are compatible. On this document, we'll show you exactly on which combinations we offer the Segen assured, which means you don't need to worry about setting up at your site. It will all be pre-set up for you when you do get your delivery. And then again, some other technical guides that is quite useful on Renewsol, on mounting, a configuration guide, wind and snow load guide. So all the different technical guides that you might require. We've also here at the bottom, and this is quite useful, I often find installers saying that they find this useful, is we've got a site survey checklist that you can take with you. In fact, you can just open it up and download and print a few and keep it with you when you go see your customers, because it almost reminds you of all the things you need to think of when you go out to site, so that you have all the information ready when you come back to the portal and you need to create a quote. You've got all that information ready, and it's going to give you the most accurate quote that you will need without having to request a quote from someone. And that's the beauty of the portal. You don't need to wait for someone to send you a quote. You can go out to the site, you can do your site inspection, come back, create your quote. If the prices are favorable, you can place the order. Then every time that we do a webinar, we upload the presentation onto our portal that you are able to download for future references. If there was any mention made in there of any products that you would like to use, it's quite handy. We often get asked, will the presentation be sent to us? So we upload this straight after each training session for you to download. And then lastly, under documents, we've got the industry guides. Which I need to ask the portal to download for me. Again, the portal will react based on the speed of your internet connection as well. But still downloading some of the presentations. We can maybe get back to the industry guides a little bit later. We also do often, if we get nice case studies, we upload them there for your reference to have a look at. And then if you need to register for training, this is where you would go. You'll go onto the portal. We publish all the training webinars that we've got scheduled onto the portal. You'll just click on training and events. I'm just waiting quickly for the internet. It is a little bit slow, so just bear with me 1 second. Let's see if I backspace, if it's going to speed things up a little bit. Apologies for that. So it is thinking. It will get there. So like I say, there are very, very useful information on the portal while we're thinking about it, and while it's uploading. The beauty of the portal is also the reason why we refer to it as an extension of your business is if you set up, you can also set up your portal up front. So once you've got access to your portal, you can actually set it up to put in your margin, your terms of that you would charge your customers when you do a quote. You can send us your logo. We upload your logo onto the portal. When you log onto the portal, your logo will appear at the top. And then once you've created a quote, you just do, by the click of one button, you are able then to convert that quote into a quote that is on your letterhead with your logo that you can download as a PDF or email to yourself and send it straight to your customers. So that is how it saves you an immense amount of time not having to re-upload that information into your system, generate a quote. So it's quick and easy to generate a quote, because we all know in these busy times, we don't always have the time and the resources to get quotes out. And the quicker you can get a quote out to a customer, the better your chances are of being successful. So here we go. These are the different training events that we do offer. These are the webinars. You can just click into whichever webinar. So our next webinar that we have is tomorrow on the Kodak. So you will just click on that. You'll put in your information and you'll register, and you'll be able to join us for the webinar. So these are, that was training under my account. So there are different areas here that is quite important that I just would like to draw your attention to. So the most important thing, first and foremost, if you want to use this to really save time and money for yourself, is when you hover over my account and you go straight down to settings. You can set up, like I've just explained, the portal to be able to quote your customers from the portal. So from here, you can set up general settings. And this will just give you a couple of options and things to consider. So it will ask you here that, do you want us to email you or not? If you want to email opt out, you can click there. The daily price reduction applies to everybody, so that function is automated. You will select the country that you are from here and your language preference that you have, and you can click update. The next one is if you have got one specific shipping address that you would always want to ship to, you can update the shipping address there. But if you do generate quotes and you want us to deliver to, or you want to deliver to site, then that gets stipulated on the quote that you've generated, the delivery site that you have. For our SADC customers at this stage, We do not, unfortunately, offer delivery yet. So what we do require our SADC customers is to collect from us or to make use of a courier company in your country to collect from us. The quotation setup part is the nice part about the portal. So this is what I was explaining to you. So you will send us on the portal, you will be able to upload a logo. You can simply save it on your laptop, choose the file, upload it, and it will go straight through to your account manager that will approve the size, etc., and make sure that it gets uploaded. You can put in all your details here, your office details, as you would like it to appear on your quotes to your customers. You can put in your email address, website address, etc. And then this is the important part. You can set up your margin. So if you want to, this will then determine what your customer quote will look like. If you've got specific payment terms that you want to apply, you can put that in there. And then you can also choose how you would like the price to be shown on the quote to your customer. Not everyone wants everything listed line by line, so you can choose whether you want to have the individual line items, the prices on the quotes, or you can include, or whether you want the system summary to be included, which I will show you shortly. And then you can also include whether you want the product details on the page. Some people will only want the final price, and that's also fine. The way that you quote your customer is entirely up to you. So that is the quite important to set up, because the way that once you've set that up, any quotes generated after that, it will apply to. So if you've already generated a quote, you can't afterwards change the margin and then create your customer quote. You have to set up your margins beforehand and then generate your quote for the margins to pull through when you generate your quote. And then you can also use user setting levels. That is just if you have more than one person using the portal. Not everyone wants everyone in the company to be able to generate quotes. So you can choose who the existing contact is that we've got linked to your profile. And then you can say that specific person, you only want that specific person to be able to view and not place orders. And this is the way that you can then also manage your own security settings of your company. So that is briefly there. So also you get an account summary, you get messages between you and your account manager. You can select your contact preference here. So if you don't want to receive the newsletters, if you don't want to receive email training events, if you don't want us to call you, or you want to email opt out, you can click all those. If you have set up any quotes previously, like I say, there is no limit to the amount of quotes that you can generate. It all is all listed down there. I always suggest that you don't delete a quote. It is absolutely obligation free. Doesn't matter whether the quote is on here or not. You can see there's quotes on here. That's very old. And the more you play on the portal and create quotes, the better and the easier it becomes for you. If you have any current systems in the order, any current orders in the system, it will be listed there, or any planned shipments, it will be listed there. And there won't be anything here right now because I do not have any live orders in the system. But if I had, it would have been listed down there. Also, we do not send invoices with our deliveries. All our invoices is uploaded onto the portal. So if you need to view your invoices, you can just click here on current invoices. And again, it's just a document that you can download for yourself. So these are your recent orders, shipment, recent invoices. And if you have any returns that you have created or that you are waiting for, it will be listed down here. Very important to remember about a return. So if you have a technical problem with any of your products, please don't create a return before you have spoken to your technical resource. It might be that it's just one or two settings that need to be changed. So we always ask our customer, the very first thing that you do when you do have a problem with a product, a technical product problem with your product, please speak to your technical resource first. You will be able to see what the fault is. We will always first attempt to fix it remotely. If we can't, we will request for it to come in. Once it's in, we'll test it. And only then when the technical team has had a look at it and they say, right, this is a legitimate return, then they will go ahead and they will then book the return for you. So please always speak to your technical resource first. Please do not create a return. Always speak to the technical resource first. The only time that you will create a return is if it is an unwanted product that you have received. But again, just be mindful of that restocking fee. Right, over here, you can also view your statement, which will keep your statement for you there. I also, at the moment, wouldn't have anything on my statement there, but this will keep the history, and it's a full statement that you are able also to download. If you have ordered any warranties, it will be listed there, and we've gone through the different settings. Right, so let's get to the exciting part of the kit builder. So if you go down here, there's different ways to create a quote with us. The first and the easiest way for you is to do it through the kit builder. Another way is to create a new order, design a PV system, or do a quick quote. And the last bit is going onto the product page. If it's just one specific product, then you can do it through there. So let me just quickly show you how quick and easy it is to create a full system quote using the kit builder. I'm going to select off-grid kit for the sake of the training. So here it will show you all the different off-grid kits that we do have. If I click on the first one, you will see again, it revolves around the inverter. So you can't change the inverter. You can change other parts of it, but not the inverter. So if you want to choose a different inverter, then rather choose a different kit. So what it shows you here on the kit builder page, it shows you the modules that's been included. Again, if there's another specific module that you want to use, you can select it from there. What's nice, it gives you our stock count and it gives you the price as well. If it says contact us on any of the product pages, then it's most likely that that product is at the end of range. But here we have quite a few still, but we are not getting any other in. Down here, you will be able to see we have got 682 due in on the 8th of September and 720 due on the 15th of September. At the moment, we don't have any stock. So the stock availability will be highlighted in green for you. So there you can see all the different modules that is compatible with this inverter. The module quantity you will see will range here, and it will also depend on the kind of inverter that you've chosen. It will start with the minimum quantity that you require based on the startup voltage, and it will also go up to the maximum quantity that you can use with this inverter. And obviously, as you change your module, these quantities will change as well. So the kit builder does a lot of the thinking for you in terms of that. It will then ask you what kind of mounting type that you want. It will always default to corrugated, but if you, for instance, if it's a pan-tile roof, you can change it. And then you can see it gives you a different mounting type. So it will ask you again, what kind of mounting is it that you require? So let's go with on-roof Verisol for Renusol. The mounting distance merely refers to the distance between the trusses on the roof, just so that the system knows to calculate the right amount of roof hooks for you. It will also ask you in terms of your array layout, whether you want 2 rows or whether you want 3 rows or 1 row, depending on what the layout of your site looks like. And then also your panel orientation. And this is quite important for us to calculate the mounting that you would require for your site. It will then ask you what battery you would like to use with this specific inverter. And that will obviously be completely up to you to decide, depending on what the budget is of your customer. So here it lists all the compatible batteries with this specific inverter. So no longer do you need to worry whether it is compatible or not. The system has already pre-selected all compatible batteries for you. It then gives you a little system info summary in terms of the system, and what's quite nice, it shows you the yield that you will get, as well as the the kilowatts for about, so here you can see the household load of 1 kilowatt for about 25 hours. So that is quite nice. It gives you a little bit of a summary of the system. It shows you the major components of it, and then right at the bottom, it shows you now the summary of it. So you can either click on the eye if you want to see exactly right. Show me quickly. Just want to have a quick overview of everything that is on this quote. Once you've gone through there, you have a look at it and you say, right, this looks more or less, this looks like I want it, so this is what I'm looking for, and then you can click on view quote. The minute you've done that, the quote has been created and that price is valid for 30 days. So here's your quote, and on the quote it shows you everything that you require. So it shows you here how much will be included. It shows you the description of the product, it shows you the net price, and then also whether we have stock of it or not. Like I said earlier, if it says contact us, chances are we do not have this product at the moment and we might be getting some in. And then the quote has been created. If you want to view any specific product, you can just click through on any of these. Remember, everywhere you go, if it's a little hand that appears, when you hover over it, it means it will click through to something else. So if you, for instance, want to have a better look at what, let's use something at the keto. If you click on it, it will open the product page. Again, on the left-hand side, it will show you the product, give you a little bit of the technical specifications down here. On the right-hand side, the price, how much we have in stock, when our new dates are of when we're getting our new stock in, and from here everything is perfect. It shows you the weight, again it shows you the availability, and then under the documents for each product, very useful as well. You can download brochures that you can distribute to your customers. It gives you the data sheet of the product, shows you all the information that you might need to get your installation, and then technical data around the product as well. So that's very, very useful. If you want to go back, you can just space back, and then you'll go back to your quote. So now you've created the quote and you're quite happy with it, you want to quote your customer. All you need to do is you need to go to edit customer quote. Here you can see it's all there, it's ready with your logo at the top that you've sent us. You can change this information. You can amend the prices manually if you want. And if you're quite happy with it, all you need to do is say print customer quote. And then it's quite easy for you to either download a PDF document or to send it to yourself as an email. Similarly, if you want to have a look at your quote that you've generated for yourself, so not the customer quote, you can just simply go back, print quote. This is now SegenSolar's quote to you, and again it shows you the quote. You can either email it to yourself or download it, and you can even download it as a CSV format. If you want to have a quick look at what it would look like, you can just click on download PDF. And that's what it will look like. So it will have your quote, it will show you all your major components, and it will give you a system summary at the bottom. Quite nice. I'm going to enlarge my screen slightly. Quite nice. It gives you the physical ratio of physical attributes of the quote, and this is quite important, especially if you need to do before you install it. If you need to make sure that the roof that you're installing on can take the weight. It shows you the weight, which is very, very important to always remember. So there it gives you a nice summary of everything that is on your quote. And at the bottom, it will give you the PV performance estimate. Always remember, this is an estimate. We can never guarantee the yield. It's always a yield estimate, the annual yield estimate. And that is how quick and easy it is to use the kit builder to generate a quote. If you are in the kit builder and there's one or two small things that you would like to change on it, and it's quite a specific site or it's more bespoke, you can click on Edit Design. And then it will take you through to a page where you are able to do minor tweaks to the design. So it will still go, it's exactly the same quote, it just gives you a little bit more background on it. So say for instance, your array looks slightly different and you need to, maybe there's a chimney in there, you need to maybe take away one panel, you can just click on empty and you can click on the panel that you want to remove and then click on refresh design. What the system will do now, it is going to recalculate the mounting that you require. And also the annual yield, etc., is worked out based on the site details. So here you can change the site details if you want a slightly different result on the yield that's been calculated. Here it just shows you everything that has been selected. And again, you can change, you might need more cable, you might need a slightly bigger cable, you might not want to have communication, it all depends on. So here you are able to have a look and see exactly what it is that the quote has generated. Again, it gives you the major components, gives you array layout, summary, and down here you can change the name of your quote to whatever the quote is that you would want. So I'm just going to do training 1 September. And then I'm going to say create. If I now go to my quote page, it will be listed right at the bottom. So we'll go to my account, we'll go to quotes, and right at the bottom will be the quote that I've generated. This is the previous one that I did through the kit builder, and then this is the one that I've just created. I can simply click on that quote. So afterwards, once you've created the quote, this is the way that you can come back into it. You can create the quote, or click on the quote, and if you are happy with it, you can submit the order. They will ask you to look at some issues. So if we don't have stock, it will be highlighted here. If there are maybe some possible issues that they want you to look at, they might say here to you that this part number can optionally have those rails with it. So please do pay attention to that. You can put in your PO number in here, your organization name in there if you wish, and then you can select the date of when you would like to collect your order. So let's say next week, Wednesday. And I will say confirm. And there I've submitted an order. Now the order processors will contact closer to the time to make sure that everything is correct and that you're happy with the order and if they can proceed. Now the system has taken all these items off the stock count and it has allocated it to this specific order. So just quickly, and I'm just mindful of time, I don't want to run out of it. Other ways for you to quickly place an order is you can create a new order here. You can put in a description in there. If you've created a quote before and you just want to do the same quote again to a new customer, you can just select whichever one it is of your previous quotes that you've selected, and you can select it there, and you can recreate the quote at today's current prices, and it will be valid. So there is that quote then. You can also design a PB system, which is the designer that I've just taken you through, and then we've got the quick quote function. My suggestion to anyone is the fastest and easiest way for you to create a quote is through the kit builder. I'm going to open up the floor now if there are any questions for anyone that you would like me to address. I see that there's been the chat has been quite active. If there's any areas that you would like me to just point out now. John, I don't know, Michael, if you also feel that we should maybe just look at one or two of the questions.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you very much, Jacolien, for this extensive presentation of the portal.
Sorry, John, I think you muted.
I can hear you.
Hello, Jacolien. Can you hear us? Seems that Jacolien is not there, but Michael, are you with us right now?
Yes, I'm with you, yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. So, waiting for Jacolien to hear us back, but yes, thank you very much, Jacolien, for this extensive presentation of all the features of the portal and of course of the kit builder, which I find pretty cool, and I think it can simplify the life of many of the listeners today. I would like to ask you a few questions, Michael. We had several listeners from all over Africa today, and one of these listeners, Peter from Nigeria, was asking, he's based there, and so how would it work exactly for delivery? Can he actually avail your services and procure equipment through you?
Sure. We do have a number of customers already in Nigeria, but what we typically do, we are looking at the possibility of doing deliveries intra-Africa, but currently we service all countries across Africa, but it is a collection service at Xworks. So you would need to come collect, or your logistics partner could come collect. Or in that part, we could put you in contact with our logistics partner who handles our international freighting and warehousing. You are very well trusted with us, and we could forward you on to them, and they can handle that, those logistics for you, if you like.
And okay, thank you very much. And with regards to yes, other countries, and there was some questions about currencies that they are quoted in.
Yes.
How does that work exactly? Because I saw an option when you want to quote for one of your customers in a different currency, but really for users who would be directly procuring through your platform, how does that work?
Well, typically we typically deal in rands, obviously being in South Africa, USD and Great British pounds. So we can obviously change your portal to read those figures, and so those are the three currencies at the moment that we offer. So that is something our account managers can change for you. You can pay in that currency. That's no problem. That's up to our customers, what they prefer.
I see that Jacolien is back with us. Welcome back. Jacolien, maybe a question to you. So with the kit builder, the idea is really to simplify the life of customers, to really provide like a full set of all the equipment that is necessary. I think I understood it's really centered on the inverter. That's the starting point of all the rest. But what if a customer, you know, we all have preferences when it comes to brands, and what if somebody really likes one of your kits, but there is that one element that he would like to change or have a different brand from? How does that work exactly?
You can, once he's created a kit, if there's, for instance, one of the major components that he wants to take off, you can do that once he clicks on the quote. He can say edit quote, and then he can just delete that one specific item. Just be mindful, though, that the 3% price break is based on a full kit. So the minute one of the major components are removed, then that discount will be removed as well. We won't remove the discount if they take off a cable or a communication device or one of those. But if it's a panel or inverter or a battery that they've taken off, then the discount will fall away. But yes, they can also just add items from the quote from a specific item page. If they only want an inverter or only a panel, absolutely they can. But once they've created a kit, if there's one or two things that they want to remove, they just click on edit quote and then delete the item.
Thank you very much, and you're opening the way to my next questions, which are about money. It's always important, and many questions about this. So you mentioned there's a 3% discount if we use a kit builder. Why so much generosity?
Because we think, if you think about all the advantages of using the kit builder, firstly, it's technically sound. Secondly, you get all your product from one place, it lessens the intervention that's required to make sure, am I using the right inverter? What battery do I use with this? Do I have the right string configuration? Have I got enough panels to address the BOC? So it takes out all that complexity out of our system. And that's why we want to encourage people to use the kit builder, because A, it's a more technical solution, and B, it's a far quicker solution. So that's why we try and get everybody to use the kit builder to create the quotes, because it makes for a more technically sound solution at the end.
Fair enough. And yeah, I mean, I'm asking the question, but it's really to both of you, Michael and Jacolien. There are other websites, other distributors functioning online, but sometimes there is significantly less transparency about prices. Here, it seems that everything is crystal clear. You see the price immediately, you click on it, you get your quote, and that's the price that's valid for a month. What exactly is your point of view on this? Like, what do you think justifies that other companies are maybe less transparent about this? And I'm guessing you prefer the option of being transparent, but can you maybe share a little bit of your view about those two different approaches?
So just from my side, perhaps if I can just mention, the reason why we do the transparency is our whole business model revolves around ensuring our customers are self-sufficient. We do understand that customers are busy during the day, they're on site, they're not always able to phone and see, is this my best price? So the price that we publish on the portal is our best possible price that we can get. And we try and make it a seamless process so that you don't need to call in and ask for a better price. The price that you see there is the best possible price that we could negotiate, and we try and make it a self-sufficient extension of your business where you don't need to wait on someone else to get a quote or wait on someone else to place an order. And that's why we opt for more transparency. We just feel it's to the benefit of the customer at the end, where they see the best possible price, they see the stock, they know when it's there, they've got all the information handy. They really don't need the success and the speed of the rollout of their installation is not dependent on the response of a supplier.
Fair enough. And we've got a question from, I hope I'm pronouncing right, Mijibu. I think Mijibu wants to work with SegenSolar because he's asking several questions about the interaction between SegenSolar and maybe final customers. He's asking, like, are you? I will rephrase the question a little bit, but are you looking to work with further local distributors, locally based distributors, and maybe in which countries, some expansion planned, and what are the general ways of working together?
So we do interact with quite a lot of distributors. So we have got two different price plans. So the one is direct to our installers, and then we also have a price plan to distributors. So if there are any distributors that would like to reach out to us and have an agreement with us for us to sell to them, they're more than welcome to either email me or Michael, and we will be able to get the ball rolling. But we definitely do engage with distributors who sells onto installers as well. As long as the understanding is clear that that distributor is not going to cut out the installer and sell to the end user, but only sell to the installer.
And when we look at the other side, sorry, go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
Sorry, John. Sorry, Jacolien. I think to touch on that further, we are looking to expand further and further into the sub-Saharan area. So we are actively looking for solid, very well known distributors that are like-minded and have the knowledge to service customers on the ground, because I think that's what's key in all of our markets, is not only the product side, is a rapid, quick service with the parts or whatever is needed on the ground. So currently we are open to hearing from you guys if you are interested, and yeah, please feel free to reach out to either one of us.
Thanks, Michael. And maybe just the last two questions for today. Looking at the other side of the chain, on the supply side, on the equipment manufacturing side. So you do have many brands available through your portal, but then again, you don't have necessarily all of them. Can you maybe explain a little bit like the rationale behind the brands that you work with and the brands that you are not yet working with, maybe? Why are you making those choices, and are you maybe looking to work with more manufacturers?
So to answer your question, so we try and per category not have too many options. So remember, SegenSolar started in 2015 in the UK. So we've adopted, when we opened up in South Africa for the African market, we almost adopted a vanilla option when we came here in terms of what we think will work. And as the years go through and as we get feedback from customers in terms of what they do require, we have added to our portfolio and we have taken away from our portfolio. So a lot of what we do depends on the kind of feedback that we get from our customers and what they require. But we also try not to have too many different variants per category. So we would try and not have more than 3, say, lithium-ion battery options, or 3 24-volt off-grid inverters. So to keep it tidy, but to have something that has been tested. So also before we would put a product on the portal, it goes through a long process of being tested in our lab to make sure that it is sound and it is correct, and that we can put our stamp on it, because we're very, very particular about products and the technical ability out there.
I think also to add to that is, you know, we do believe in a strong supplier-customer relationship, how we have with our manufacturers, and we like that with our customers. And what we tend to do is we have great relationships and great negotiating power with our core suppliers. So that's where we try to, as Jacolien said, box it in and be very specialized and have that push and pull effect with our manufacturers, and being able to, if per se a big project comes along, we can go fast with our, not fast is the wrong word, but negotiate with our manufacturers, and we typically get what we want when it comes to that point. So that's also part of it, is having a strong relationship with our suppliers and being able to negotiate for our customers on that point.
Very good. And last question for the day to both of you. Like a few months ago, I mean, everybody was talking about supply chain disruption because of COVID restrictions, and really like a completely brand new world when it came to shipping. Can you tell us a little bit about how the situation is today? Are you still experiencing like difficulties in terms of getting delivered and timing being respected, or is the situation getting a little bit back in order?
Every now and again, we do get held up a little bit at customs in terms of COVID, where things needed to be checked again, or shipments might be held back a little bit. But because of the stock holding that we have, we hardly ever run out of stock on something. So we do try and plan ahead for the unforeseen. But yes, unfortunately, not everything is cast in stone. It might happen that sometimes the delivery gets delayed or they get held up at customs. But we do, as far as possible, try and preempt any market disruptions that there might be. And the nice thing with it being a live online tool, we can quickly react to market conditions. I think during COVID, we were very lucky because we are an online platform. We could carry on as normal. We didn't have to, because we don't actually have the physical storefront. Everything is virtual and everyone has got access to it. So that is one of the things that's counted in our favor during COVID.
Sure, and I think that also relates back to our strong relationship with our suppliers, where we were given front of the queue when it came to stock. We know there are chip shortages within the world. So that was another reason how we were able to mitigate that issue is we got, through our relationships with our suppliers, we got pushed to the front and we got our stock out while other suppliers had to wait. So that also mitigated chip shortages, especially in our batteries and inverters. So yeah, we do have healthy stocks, and we have regular meetings with our suppliers weekly. I think we had one this morning actually. So yeah, we're always constantly trying to align and harmonize with our suppliers in order for our customers not to wait for the installations and hence their customers waiting. So yeah, that's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes.
And it's also a lot of good news, I would say, in light of the booming market now in South Africa, but also in neighboring countries. So thanks a lot to both of you for sharing a little bit about SegenSolar and about the portal. Thanks also to everybody who was joining us today. If you still have a question in mind, a burning question, we will stay on for 1 or 2 more minutes. So please make sure to share that question, and then I will send that through to Michael and Jacolien. But again, a big thank you to all of you, to our speakers, to our listeners, and I hope you enjoyed today's session, and I look forward to the next one. Actually, before I let you go, I would like to quickly give you a glimpse of the next events, our upcoming events. Next week, in 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a webinar about small things that make a big difference in your solar projects. Welcoming Ederin and Rajesh, who will tell us about somewhat less known aspects of solar projects, but which are important nevertheless. The week thereafter, on September 20, we are organizing our first African solar quiz. So this is a fun event for a change, and the idea is to rally your colleagues or your solar friends, form a team, and then test your knowledge against a whole lot of other African solar specialists. And we will be welcoming Vahid, who will be our master of ceremony for this quiz. So I really hope many of you will be joining. And then the last event I want to bring to your attention, that's our flagship event of the year. That's the AVSIA Solar Awards. It will take place on 16th of November, live from London, and of course also online. And I really hope that many of you will submit an application, one or several applications, because you can apply in as many categories as you would like from the 16 available categories. So this is it for today. Thank you once again, and I hope to be welcoming you to another online event very, very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, John. Thank you.